Zach Erie's on debut for Frankie Law. You've been aboard in his recent 2 trials. What sort of feeling has he given you?
Yeah, he's obviously got a little bit of speed, which is a good asset to have at the Valley. I think he's progressively just got a little bit better from one trial to the next, and I'm looking forward to taking him to the races.
It looks like he's been quite professional. Would that be correct to say in his trials?
Yeah, he does everything right. He stands in the gates good and begins well, so it makes my job a little bit easier.
We know that Happy Valley under the lights first time can be tricky, 1,000 metres, but no concerns with that at all?
I wouldn't think so. He's been to the track and he's handled it well. He's got a good character. I don't see that being a problem.
Lyle, best alliance for Douglas White. You've been aboard the last couple of runs. You've been happy with how he's going?
Yes, very happy. Of course, he ran a great race on the dirt, and then we backed him up at Happy Valley, and he came from a deep draw to run it really strong and hit the line well, especially trying that sort of trip. So we opted to stay that trip, and this race came into place pretty soon, so we thought we'd take it. And I must say, everything at home has been really positive, and he's going to this race as well as ever. So yeah, look, it's definitely difficult from the draw once again, but he will give a bold showing this time around.
You mentioned the draw. It must give you some confidence that he has run well from a wide stall in the past.
Yes, it does, and I think obviously going this sort of trip, if the main thing with him is have him settled and the fact that he quickens. So as long as the race unfolds nicely, you can sort of make it up. However, you would always want things a bit easier, but he does have the ability in this sort of class.
You rode him on a gallop on Sunday morning. Were you happy with how he went there?
Yeah, from his lead-up races, probably going into this race is the best I've felt him. His preparation has been good, and of course Dougie's a master so far. He's been showing what he can do, so the horse is in great shape, and there's no excuses on his well-being.
Amazing star in race number 8 for Jimmy Ting. Absolutely bolted up first up off a big break. In the manner that he did it, was it a surprise to the team, or was that expected?
He's always shown that he's had that type of ability, but he's been plagued with a lot of issues throughout his career, and he's filled up with blood on a few occasions, as well as having some other problems. So the time off has obviously given him time to strengthen up, develop, and mature a little bit more. And I think we just seen the product of that.
He's tried Class 3 a couple of times where he has placed. You rode him in his first run. Is he a better horse now than he was in that first win?
He's definitely a better horse now. He's developed a lot. He's come a long way. So I don't see Class 3 being a problem. It's just a matter of how the race is going to be run.
He's mainly run over 1,200 metres with the exception of a couple of 1,000 metre runs. Do you think maybe in time he might stretch out a little further?
Possibly. He did seem to relax well enough in a trial when I rode him, and at the Valley the other day, although another horse sort of come up and worried him a little bit, he wasn't trying to reef and tear like he has done in the past. So mentally he's a much better horse now, and that could help him run further in time.
Are you pleased with his track work on Saturday morning?
Yeah, he's working well. He always works well. Yep.
Very impressed. He lived up to expectations in the sense that he ran very well at the Gold Coast when he won the Group 3 Gold Coast Guineas, I think it was. We knew he was talented, and first up I did give him a good chance in that race, and he did, as I said, ran up to expectations.
He's been in the stable for a few months now. Has he sort of given you an indication of where he might end up here in Hong Kong?
Definitely. He ran 47 down the back straight yesterday morning, gave Matthew a very, very good feel. He's a very easy horse to train. He's still an entire, but very laid back, just does what he's got to do. And from that point of view, everything's gone to plan so far. But he's dropped up into Class 2 off a 81, 82 rating now. A lightweight, good gate, C+3, should get a gun run in just in behind the speed. And from my point of view, I think he's a force to reckon with in the race.
My next question was sort of going to be along the lines of there is plenty of speed in that race, so you'd be happy for him to let that go and just get a nice run behind them?
Definitely from gate 6, let that speed go. It's his first attempt at Happy Valley. It is a specialist track, but I believe he's not a big fellow. He's got round turns before, and not only the Gold Coast, but provincial. So from that point of view, I don't think, from the gate, he'll have any problem getting around. But, held up just behind the speed would be preference.